The IL-2 is the single most produced military aircraft design ever. It is a ground attack aircraft, often called the Shturmovik, which means ground attack aircraft. Tamiya's 1/48 scale IL-2. Tooled in 2012, this kit includes 168 parts, 2 polycaps, and paint masks, which I didn't use as I used the pre-cut T-face masks from Edward. It is based on a late model 2-seater with arrow wings and has crisp, finely molded details throughout. The kit includes options to build 3 different aircraft with a variety of ordnance, and you also get the option of building the kit with the canopy open or closed, as well as a pilot and gunner figure. The decals are a bit thick, but are nonetheless very nice, and the instrumentation decals fit very well. The only real failure on the decal sheet is the seat belts. If you choose to use those, you may want to leave them on the paper backing to give them a little more thickness for scale. Or do what I did, buy photo etch seat belts from Edward. Now, if you go the Edward option for the seat belts, you may still want to use the rear gunner's sling, as it's from nicely molded plastic and will probably be easier to install than the photo etch was for me. The build experience was an absolute joy. I got through the entire build without using a single drop of putty or filler. It was fantastic. Now, if you are looking to build this with an engine panel open for like a diorama or a maintenance scene, you're going to have your work cut out for you because the engine is just a dummy block. It's used to add rigidity to the structure of the model and to help support the intake system. Now, speaking of the engine, if you follow the instructions, the cowling should fit perfectly without the need for putty or filler. And this goes the same when fitting the wings to the fuselage. Follow the instructions and install everything in the correct order, and the wing root will be perfectly set with 0 gaps. If we move down the wing from there, we get to my first gotcha, and one of only 2 complaints. You must install the forward landing gear struts prior to installing the knuckle fairings on the front of the wing. That leaves you with these little chicken struts sticking out of the bottom of the aircraft during most of the build, so be careful or you're going to be modeling this landing gear up permanently. Also, when you're assembling the landing gear, I would recommend you install the landing gear doors before you complete the landing gear assembly. I did not, and I really struggled to work around the gear while trying to attach the doors. The only other issue or complaint that I had was with my particular kit, the rudder counterweight was slightly damaged out of the box, showing some stress marks, and it just begs to be snapped off, which is what I did. Now, having said that, if you do the same thing, I suggest you put it in a baggie and set it aside until the end of the build process, so it's not in the way when you're trying to affix the antenna wire, which I also messed up. For painting, I elected to use AK Real Colors for most of the kit, and I also used AK 3rd Gen acrylics for painting the small details. Now, I would recommend these as the Tamiya colors that were recommended in the instructions didn't quite seem right when I looked at them. Now, this is an amazing kit, and I highly recommend it for all modelers, whether you have an interest in this aircraft or not. It really was a joy to build. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed it, please take a moment to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what your favorite ground attack aircraft is that isn't the A-10. Happy hobbying.